Hey everybody, this is Jessica Lynn from Jessica Lynn Original. How is everyone doing tonight? I hope well. We'll just give everybody just a moment to go ahead and start seeing our live broadcast. All right, we're just giving it a moment here. All right. Well, welcome. Looks like we've got quite a few people with us today. Very exciting. Thank you guys for joining us. My name is Jessica Lynn, and I am the owner and artist of Jessica Lynn Original. And I wanted to do something a little bit different. I have been working in the card industry now for almost 15 years. And the people that have always made me really successful have been my design teams and my card makers, my artists, my friends, the people that I'm glad to call my friends. And I decided to start a brand new series called Behind the Card. And what I'm going to do is every single week, we are going to, some of them may be pre-recorded, although today we are completely live. Today is July 25th. And we are going to be interviewing some of the amazing card makers, some scrapbookers, some card company owners, and more. So I cannot wait to get this adventure started. It has meant a lot to me for a long time to be doing this. My company, I'm so proud of it. I'm proud of the things we've accomplished. I'm proud of the things that are coming. And I'll be very honest, I'm inspired by the card makers that work with me every day. Each one of you do something different that make me change how I design and draw my art. And it means a lot to me. So during today's chat, I would love for you to go ahead, comment down below if you're here with us, send us a quick hello. Sunshine Epoxy Carrie's here with us. Go ahead and just chat all the while you want. If you have questions while we're doing this, because it's a brand new format, we're still kind of figuring some of this out, so don't be afraid to ask questions. I have a special guest that I cannot wait to bring on, so I'm going to go ahead and welcome her. Her name is Waleska, so some of you may have heard of her before. She is amazing. Quite a few months ago, her and I actually worked together on a card project, and I'm going to Carrie just pop her up there. So let's go ahead and add Waleska to our chat. Hi, Waleska, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Hey. I am good. Now, Waleska and I have had a couple of opportunities today to already talk because we've been doing some practice run-throughs, and I have already gotten to know her so well that I want to make sure I don't miss any of those amazing questions that we've had and that you have already talked through. So I guess the first thing I want to say is, Waleska, when or where, let's start where could people find you if they wanted to find your cards and what you do?
Well, thank you. First of all, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited. This is my first time on a live, so I'm excited. Thank you.
Well, I'm happy to have you here.
Thank you. They can find me on my Instagram. I mostly use my Instagram account to share my cards, and they can find me on Instagram as Crafting Love, and my name is Waleska Galindo. And on Facebook also, Crafting Love. And
on Facebook, blog. Sorry.
on Facebook, it's on Crafting Love too, and my blog, it's also Crafting Love, and with a W at the end.
Yeah, and I did put all the links down below, so if you guys want to take a look at her, her Instagram is amazing. She does these really cool little featurettes, and I don't remember what you called them, but they're like these little mini tips that you do. I loved that. The last one you did in your stories and Instagram was amazing.
Oh yeah, well, every Friday I do this thing called Tip Time, where I share I'll focus on a product, and then I share how I did that card with that product. It's every Friday on my Instagram stories.
Yeah, the one that you just did, it was so easy to follow. I can draw whatever you want me to draw, but for card making, I'm always so inspired by card makers that can show me step by step how to do things. And I loved that. Like you
Oh,
broke it down so easy.
thank
So
you. Yeah, I try to do that. Like my thing is making scene cards, and it's step by step. You know that you make a scene, like you do the ground, do the background, and then you think where to put the little critters or whatever you're putting on the card. So it's a step by step thing. So I thought, I should just share how I do it, and I'm liking it. I'm loving it.
when did you start that? Is that a new project that you just started doing, or is that something you're doing for a while?
Yes, I'm doing that for one design team I'm on.
Okay.
I'm on the Trinity Stamps design team, and
Nice.
so the owner, she asked me to start making that tip time, and it's on their page is every Thursday, and on my Instagram is every Friday.
Nice. You definitely need to go and check it out. It was so easy, even I could follow it. And like I said, I can draw, but I'm still learning how to be a card maker, which is why this whole process really intrigues me. Being able to kind of get to know you guys better, understand what your processes are. So definitely go and check out her Instagram because way worth it. Every Friday she posts these up, and it was quick little stories that you could just follow. So highly encourage it. So
Thank you.
yeah. And we just had Elaine, looks like she just popped in to say hello as well. So
Hi,
glad to
Lynn.
have her here. And again, anyone else, if you have questions while we're going, oh, look at this. We got another Christine. She likes your tip time. That's awesome. See, good
Thank
feedback.
you, Christina.
Oh, look, it's a cute picture too. So Valeska, if you could go through and just tell me, how did you get started? Like what was your inspiration? What kind of got you started into the card making world?
Well, I remember since little, I've been artistic,
Mhm.
but then when I could really express myself, it was when I studied graphic design. So I started studying that, but then I got married, I had kids, and I kind of stopped. And I remember needing to do something artistic in my life, because being a mom and a wife and all that, it's hard.
Mhm.
And I just needed something to do something, and so I started by going through social media and all that, and I asked my husband for a die cutting machine,
Okay.
and at that time it was expensive. I don't know, it was
Yes.
maybe like 8 years ago. It was expensive, and I don't live in the States, so I remember it was really expensive, but somehow my husband, I love him.
Hmm.
He got it from me, and that's how everything started, like a little bit. And then
So was that your first tool that you had then? Was like some kind of, was it a Cricut, or did you get a Brother Scan and Cut? What did you
it
get?
was a big shot,
Okay, nice.
and I still have it with me.
Nice. I still have mine too, so I'm there.
Yeah. So it started like that, and I just start watching videos and all that, and then I stumbled on a Jennifer Maguire video, and I was hooked.
Me
Like
too.
I just wanted everything she used, and
I
I
think I
just
still kind of do. Every time she comes up with something new, I know.
so yeah. And then I saw a video of Laura Bassett, and it just all these amazing people like creating cards, and I was like, I want to do that. And so I started like really into stamping and card making like 5 years ago, and I have here my first card, the first card I did ever. Do you want to see it?
Only 5 years ago?
Yeah,
Wow.
it was
From what I've seen that you've made, that yeah. Okay, let's see your first card. I love
okay.
seeing the first card that people make because I think it brings you back to where you started.
So don't laugh because it's really simple and not that good, but
I told you if you saw my
here
first
it is.
card. Oh, come on, that's cute.
So it was just inking and some die cut, and I put some just embellishment, and that was it. That was the first card I ever made.
But you have to start somewhere, and I think it looks great. Let's ask the people in our group here that are following along. How long have you guys been card making? For me, I started the stamp company almost 15 years ago. Now, card making wise, probably only like 11, because for the first couple of years I just drew. Now, you've been
Mhm.
working for 5 years in card making. So if you're in the chat, go ahead and put in there, how long have you been making cards for? I'd love to hear. We've got quite a few people on with us today, so I'd love to hear from them. Oop, they're just starting to. All right, we'll give them just a moment. So when you first started, so that was the first card that you made.
Yeah,
So from there, you got inspired. And do you remember what your first stamp set was that you ever purchased, or the first one you ever worked with?
I have it here.
Do you?
I
Okay,
have it
let's
here.
see.
So, and then I watched all these videos, and then I found my favorite company. Like, I have a lot of favorite companies, but my favorite company in the entire world is Long Font. And so, and this is my first stamp. Like,
Is that the little hippo? Oh
it's a
my,
hippo and a little chick.
oh my goodness, that's so cute.
And so that's the first stamp that I bought, and from that I just started posting. Like I will just post any card I'll make, and I remember like starting to meet people, and people start commenting on my cards and being really nice, and then finally one day I'm crazy about Halloween. I don't know if you've seen my Instagram, but every year I try to
Halloween. Love
every year
Halloween.
every year I try to make 30 cards for Halloween. And
That's
so I
cool.
posted a card, a really creepy card with zombies and things. And this company, the first company that I work for, reached out to me and asked me to guest design. And I was so excited. And I said yes, I guest design. And then they asked me to be on the design team. And I was with them for 2 years.
Nice. So that was your first try at the design team, just that you had made a card and then they reached out to you.
They reached out to
Yeah.
me, yeah.
Have you ever applied to be part of a design team?
Yeah, many times. Many times. And sometimes they say yes. Don't sometimes they say no, and that's okay. I'm fine with it.
At least you're trying, and that's what
Yeah.
I love is a lot of people get scared. And do you have any advice for people if they're trying to submit for a design team?
Um well, you have to take it easy. Don't take it too hard on you if you don't get it, and just your all your accounts, your Instagram, your blog, and your Facebook should be like really nice and really neat, because that's what they see. Like, that's what I heard that they see.
Mm-hmm.
um, they see like how well your photos, the photos you're posting are. So just, I don't know, just submit your work, and if you get it, you get it, and if you don't get it, hey, I don't
Well,
know.
it truly, I mean, it really is your portfolio. And I tell people a lot, even if you've never been on a design team before, just keep creating cards, because you never know that they might find one and go, oh, just like you, they randomly found you. And even
Mhm.
when you and I first started talking, we had a stamp launch and I asked you to be a guest designer. And I remember that was the first time I remember hearing about you and seeing your Instagram, and I was floored by your full work. I loved going to scrolling through your Instagram and seeing everything that you were creating. Like, it really
Thank you.
inspired me, and that's why I reached out and I was like, I don't know if you have time or were interested, but I remember that whole conversation. So yeah, I mean, anybody who's thinking about joining a design team, don't be afraid, because you never
Yeah.
know. Post up your work, keep doing what you love, and people will find you. You'd be surprised.
Yeah, and I've had some amazing, really amazing opportunities with these companies. I've learned a lot. Like with this first company, they taught me a lot on how to photograph my cards, And the owner was really nice about telling me like what I was doing good, what I was not doing that good. And from that, I just learned a lot, and then I applied to other teams and I got into other teams. So every opportunity is an opportunity to grow and to learn. So just go for it.
How many design teams have you been a part of?
I have been a part of 8.
8. Wow. You got some love from some family too. It looks like your niece. I'm proud of my niece and the card she creates. Keep going. And then she says virtual hug.
So thank you.
I
Yeah,
love family love.
that's my aunt. Thank you.
That's sweet. I love family love. Do you want to tell us who they were, or do you not want to say the names
Yeah,
of
sure.
the design teams you were part of?
Yeah. So my very first design team was Crafting Desert Divas. She's no longer on business,
They were all
but
the digitals, right?
no,
Oh, they had regular ones too?
yeah, they got stamps and dies, and but she gotta close the business. But that was my first one. I'm really I love it. I love my time with her, and I really appreciate the opportunity she gave me because I was a newbie. I didn't know anything about anything, and she let me be on her design team, and then I was on the butterfly reflection sync design team,
Yep.
and I was on Brutus Monroe for a while too. um I was on drive-by crafts, kindred stamps, hardcraft paper, Gina Marie designs, and currently I am on Trinity stamps. I'm loving it. And so, yeah, I guess design too in a lot of my favorite companies. So it's been a ride. It's been a wild ride, and I'm loving it.
Well, the nice part about design teamwork too is that you get to work with a variety of different design styles, because a lot of the stamp companies, their artists all draw differently.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's fun. I think that's a lot of fun. And I love, because every group has a different look and style to it. So, I mean, that's kind of fun to be in that position, to be able to kind of work with these different companies and learn the ins and outs and being able to, kind of be part of that. So that's awesome. I love that. Design work is fun. I was part of a design team. For me, it was a little difficult owning a company and a design team, so I ended up not doing that for very long. But I was grateful for the opportunity and the people that I got to work with. So I completely understand.
Yeah, it's so cool, and as I telling you before, like you just learn a lot from different people, and even your teammates.
Mhm.
You learn a lot from them too. So
Great mentors.
yeah, so I don't know, it's just great. Like all these people that I've met through design teams, through these stamp companies, have been really amazing with me. Like I'm just grateful for them to trust me because I think I feel like for companies to trust you
Hmm.
on their designs to design for them, it's great too because they're trusting their designs and to you to create with them, and so it's great.
Nice, nice. So you've been in quite a few design teams, and I heard you tell me earlier that you might have a very unique opportunity coming up. Do you want to
Yeah,
share that with some of the people in the audience today? We've got a
yeah.
great group of people and a ton of supporters. Looks like your family is out supporting strong, and I love that.
That's my
Uh,
brother.
that's a good picture. Yeah, it looks like you've got a lot of supportive family and friends here today. Um, but yeah, so you were telling me that you have got something in the works. Do you want to share that with everybody that we could? That
Yeah,
I don't
sure.
want you to give out too much information because obviously it's kind of exciting, and I don't want any too much of a preview. But if you could give us a hint of what's coming, that would be great.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm really excited because a company reached out to me to start designing their dies. So I'm coming up this winter with some dies designed by me.
Now, for
And
those that could you explain a little bit about what dyes are and how you use them, just so that in case there's people that are brand new, that we could explain that process.
so dyes are these these products that we use to cut paper like this. And so you can do anything you can imagine. Like you can do squares, circles, and all that, all those types of things. But then you can also do like rainbows and clouds and like different things. And so I'm designing for this company, Dyes, and I'm really excited because that's another part of car making, the product design. And I always wanted to design products because I'm a graphic designer, and so that's kind of like a dream come true for me.
That's exciting. So you're actually going to be designing the metal cuts that people will be able to use, and yours, obviously, because you're designing them not based off of stamps. They're going to, I'm assuming, going to be all different kinds of shapes and different things to do creative card making. Is that
Yes.
okay? Because you didn't say anything about designs, and a lot of people use die cuts just to cut out shapes. So that's why I was assuming that is.
Well, but mine are gonna be more like in the scene making
Okay.
on cards because that's my thing. Like I feel that my cards are mostly cute cute scenes with cute little critters and things like that. So I'm gonna try to make some scene builders maybe.
Nice. I know you don't want to let out too much. I know. That's exciting though. So I know because of Halloween and you said fall, maybe it'll be something exciting for that time. I love Halloween cards too. They're my absolute favorite. For a long time, my company, we used to have just tons of Halloween stamps. And then people were like, you should probably design for other seasons too. And I'm like, what do you mean? Don't you just make cards for just Halloween? That's the only one I can think of.
Isn't Halloween the only season?
Right. That's the only, I mean, I like Christmas now that I have kids because it's a lot of fun. But prior to that, Halloween all the way. So nice. So you said that's coming in winter. So are you going to be posting that up on your blog then to tell us more about it as it comes, or are they hush hush until?
I don't really know the exact date, but I'm probably gonna be sharing that on my Instagram and
Okay.
my blog.
Nice.
So yeah.
And all the links again are down below. So if you guys don't know them, definitely take a look. And when this video is done, obviously we'll leave it out there for people to go and review. So the links will stay there. So if all of a sudden it's Halloween time and you're like, I remember that chat we were in, her links will be down below. So definitely go back and visit again. And those of you watching on rewatch later, thank you as well for joining us. Today we're here with Waleska, and she is telling us all about her card making adventures, her design team adventures. So if you only had 2 tools you could use, what are your 2 favorite card making tools?
So
Only 2.
only 2?
Now, Copics could count as one whole collective, I suppose, but
So I've been loving I've been loving my what is it called? Make Art Station. Have you seen that tool? Make
I haven't.
Art
Let's see it. Do you have it there? Is it too?
Yeah. So is this it's a metal thing that has this how do you call this?
Like little magnetic magnet?
Yeah, little magnetic things.
Okay.
And so you use it to with your stencils.
Okay.
And so these magnetic things like hold the stencils, and it's so easy, like so easy to work with stencil with these things.
Nice.
So it's a Make Art Station, and I have 2. You know how much I love it.
Well, you can't use both of those. You get to pick one more. All right, go ahead. You know what? You're right, Carrie. What are the top 5? Let's go. What are your favorites? What are your favorite tools you couldn't live without? We can go more than 2.
Would be that one, of course, my Copic markers. And I don't
Is
know
it
if
Copic or Copic? How do you say it? Copic. Okay, well, I always say it wrong then in my videos.
Do you inks?
Love inks.
But my favorite inks in the entire world are oxide inks.
I am so inspired by those. I have yet to figure them out. I had the daubers, so I was trying to do it, and mine just never blend well.
Well,
So
you should try the blending brushes.
blending brush. Oh, are those the really soft ones where they've got the? See, I told you, I am complete. I could draw you what you want.
Like the
Oh, yes,
blending brush?
yes, I've seen those. Okay. Carrie
So
had
that would be another one. So how many do I got? I have
you're up to
1,
3.
2, 3.
Carrie
And
put up
then
a really cool set where it was all rainbows. Like, it was really cool. She had a really cool, like, set of those that I think she got it at some craft thing. I'm not sure where she found it, but.
and then probably my scissors, and I don't know, my die cutting machine.
Nice.
That's it. Probably.
Nice. Yeah, for me, I love my brother's scan and cut. I'm just looking to see what I've got sitting there. My markers, my Copics. I love foam risers, which is crazy, but because all of mine, I do a lot of where I like to have it pop out. Yeah, those are my biggies. And good glue. I just like good glue that can hold stuff where I put it, because it's so
what's your favorite
frustrating.
glue?
I have old school. Okay, remember the Tombow roll tape?
Yeah.
Okay, so 15 plus years ago when I first started, I had a boss. Yes, that's it. Carrie just put it up. It was the Tailored Expressions ones. 15 years ago, she ordered, I'm not kidding you, a box. Like, I think it came with like 500 of them. And she was like, I ordered a few too many. Did you want to buy a couple? And I was like, sure, I'll buy like half the box. I'll split it with you. And so we ended up splitting it. And I'm not kidding you, but 15 years later, I still have some of those. Yeah. So I'm like, I'll just use those until they're gone. And then I'll probably have to start watching some more videos and figure out what other glues I might need to use.
What else you can use? Yeah.
Because I've just been using the other just because it's just been there forever. So
yeah. So I don't know. I really like glossy accents.
I do too.
That's my favorite.
Except mine always gets all like, I have to use like a pin.
Yeah.
Every time. Like, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna. Oh, hold on. Let me figure it out again.
I have a needle like really next to me, so that's what I use all the time. But it's kind of not good, you know.
Yeah, I like that one as well. And again, Carrie agreed. It was a lot. It's a lot of glue. I kid you not. I have an entire bin just filled, and I'm still every once in a while, like my kids will even know, like, oh, Mom, your glue's almost out. Here, let's put another one in. And I'm like, well, is what it is, you know.
Oh wow.
Oh, you've got some family that is loving on you tonight. Look at this. Oh, they are so sweet.
That's my that's my husband. He's really nice. Like, I don't know, like all the husbands of car makers that I've met are so nice. So
supportive. They have to be.
So supportive, yeah. My husband supports me, I think, more than he should sometimes.
Well, you said he got you started, so he's the one who got you going on this whole thing, right?
Yeah, he just wants me happy.
See, and that's wonderful. I love that. I love that. All right. So, hey guys, do we have any questions for Valeska? I'm sorry. For Waleska. Our little chat's been chatting it up, talking about tailored brushes and inks. Any questions? We've got a couple of. Yeah. All right, we'll let them go ahead and throw some more questions that they might have in here for you. Do you want to share some of your cards with us?
Sure.
I know you had some cards that you wanted to share.
So I have been loving like this company. Have you heard of it?
So cute. What is the name of
It's Stamp Anything.
She's cute.
I've been loving
her hair.
That company and the cute stamps. Like and this,
look at his little sunglasses. That's adorable.
I love this llama. He's the cutest.
My kids absolutely adore the movie Coco. And so anytime I see the little flags in there, I'm always like, oh, they would love it.
And here's a Halloween one.
Oh, that is, oh my, it just keeps going.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a lot. So you sat in all of those. Can you move it a little forward so we can see just a little better? Oh my goodness, so cute.
So this was a really work of love.
Wow. So how many are there? How many characters are on there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
So what size is
11.
that? Is that a 4 by 9 or something?
It's big. I don't
It's a
know.
big card. You'd have to make a custom envelope. Wow, that's really beautiful. That's a lot of work. See, that's what I can't get to work with the inks yet. So maybe I'll have to get some of the brushes. I'll have to try that because mine never. Yeah, it doesn't look that pretty.
Well, you have to, yeah, you have to keep trying. Yeah, I remember using the distress inks, not the oxides, and I remember being frustrated sometimes at the beginning. But then I keep trying and trying and trying, and one day it just
All of a sudden clicked, huh?
yeah. So you all you have to do is just keep trying, with things. Well, but then are some things that even though I try them, I just cannot do them. For example, like flowers, like coloring flowers and those flowers they do with um I don't know, like different mediums,
Where
like
they
I
actually cut them out of the paper, or do you mean like actually
no,
coloring?
like the stamps, the flower stamps.
Okay.
And I tried to do flowers, and I love to see people like the beautiful flower cards they made. But oh my goodness, I just can't. It's just ugly, like really ugly cards, and so I just stopped. Like I just give up.
My
You
kids
know,
keep watching this video on YouTube where this lady makes these beautiful wallflowers. And we've watched the videos over and over again. And I'm like, okay, I'll try and make one. Yeah, they don't turn out looking like hers. I'm like, she works some magic when she hits pause, maybe. That I don't know what she does, but Kristen had a really good, or Christina had a really good question. She wants to know that card that you had, the large one, the Labor of Love. How long did that take you to make that card?
Probably 3 days.
Oh my gosh, that is
Yeah,
dedication to that card.
yeah,
Did
but
it have
not
a? Go ahead.
doing lunch and then go back and come back and do it again and things like that. But 3 days.
Do you record any of your like process or anything like that? Are you thinking about starting to do some of that, or is the tips maybe your start into that?
Yeah, well, I was, as I was telling you before, I just don't feel really comfortable on camera. So
I don't know
uh,
why. You're doing great tonight. So
thank you. And so I've been wanting to create a YouTube channel, but I don't know. I don't feel comfortable yet.
you will. You're doing a great job tonight. And honestly, I think this is probably more scary than doing some of the YouTube videos, because that's kind of where I started too. Whereas where I would just do all my videos where you'd only see my hands.
Uh-huh.
So, it's definitely a process. And I mean, I definitely think that your cards, we could learn a lot from your processes because they're gorgeous. They're gorgeous
Thank
cards. So,
you. Yeah, I've had some people like asking me like if I do videos, and I'm like, oh, should I? Should I do it? So yeah,
I,
maybe
maybe.
sometime. Yeah.
Well, or maybe we can do a collab again sometime where we could, do like a live card thing, like we had talked about a little bit off air. Beforehand, we actually had a little conversation. We've had actually a couple conversations today, which have been really great. But even your tips that you do on the Instagram stories, what a great way to be able to kind of get people comfortable with your process. So I think it's a great start, you know what I mean, to building up to that. And maybe you do an Instagram story where you actually record the video. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Instead,
start like making like small videos and things
Mhm.
like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a good idea.
just
I
to
can
get
make
you
that.
going. Yeah,
Yeah.
we've got a question here. Elva wants to know, so tell us about the shaker cards you make.
Well, I love shaker cards, but I have to use a lot of material, so I don't use them. I don't do them like really often, but I love shaker cards.
Do you have obviously Halloween probably is your favorite shaker cards, but do you have any that you've made that are your favorite, or what
I
are
I
your
have
challenges
one.
that you've had with
I
shaker
have one
cards?
here. That was my first one too. I got all my first cards. So this is my first shaker card
Oh,
ever.
it's so cute. Is that a little Loch Ness monster? It looks like.
Yeah, it's
Oh, that's a lawn fawn, right?
yeah, that's
Yeah.
not fun. That's a little monster. So I love shaker cards, but they use a lot of materials, and I live far, far away from the States, and so it's hard for me to get to some of the materials. So um, I try to be, um, I try to use like things really wisely instead of like do a lot of things because I just can have all the things you have in the States.
Gotcha. I the first shaker card I did was actually last Christmas, and I ended up. I thought I had everything closed off, so it would all be trapped. No,
Oh,
no, I shipped it off, and then the person opened it, and it was like confetti everywhere for them, and I was
oh
kind of like, "Well, I
no.
tried, I tried," because they were like, "Make a shaker card." And I'm like, "Yeah, you're
Oh
asking me, yeah."
no.
So,
You know what's sad? I have like 7 boxes of cards. 'Cause
oh,
I don't have anybody to give my cards to. And so, well, some people, my friends and my family, but like all these cards I make every week,
hmm
they're a lot. And so I have boxes of cards here, sitting here, doing nothing. I wish I could just sell them or give them away, but I don't know what to do with them.
So we got a couple questions. They're asking, where do you live, Waleska?
I live in Guatemala, Central America.
How exciting is that, though? That to think about that right now, like 15 years ago, we couldn't have connected this way.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I think that's so cool. Like the card making community is such a great group of people, and to think that just on a quick, hey, let's just talk up and let's talk about cards. That we can talk to somebody in Guatemala. I mean, that's amazing. That's amazing.
I was thinking that this morning. It's amazing, like all this journey I have.
hmm
Who would have thought that me here in Guatemala would have all these great opportunities with these companies in the States, meet amazing people in the States, and have this amazing um, car making journey, and all that because of Instagram and Facebook and all that connection. So I'm really grateful. I would never thought that I would go this far with my car making journey.
Well, and just like when we started our conversation today, I mean, full circle, right? You said, you never thought that people would ever see your cards or how would you get that out there? And social media has really brought that forward. So, for anybody that's thinking that, hey, maybe I might want to do some of this, it's really about just make your cards, do what you love, and people will find you. I mean, the card making groups it's a wonderful community, and everybody kind of watches out for each other. And I mean, I know that I personally am part of a group where we're all the company owners. And so we
Mhm.
actually started a Facebook group where we all can kind of communicate with each other about what we're doing and how things are going. And so even at that level, it's so much fun to think, I would have never known all of those people. They live I mean, there are some that are designing in Australia. There are some in the United States as well, not to mention all of the amazing card makers, so it's such an interesting kind of moment to
Yeah.
think about how the internet has changed us all so much, and under these current times, it's so nice to be able to connect with people that like the same thing you do, you know
Yeah. Yeah, I always tell my husband like car making keeps me sane too.
that's your bumper sticker, right? Card making keeps me
Seriously.
sane.
Yeah. Car making keeps me sane, in these times, really, I'm telling you, like, I don't suffer of anxiety of anything like that. But who's not having, panic attacks on these times? At the beginning of all this crazy pandemic thing, I was scared. I was worried about my family, my friends, and so, like, thanks goodness I have car making in my life, because that just takes me out of all these negative thoughts, and I just start creating, and it just helps me a lot. It's like a therapy for me.
I think it is for a lot of us. I think a lot of us can really find that joy and that passion from it because it lets you just sort of not be it. My other favorite place in the world is Disney World. So it's the same kind of thing. There's two things in my life that I do that really sort of help me find my happy place, right? And
Yeah.
card making, drawing, all that artistic part of it for me really is a
Mhm.
big part. The other part is obviously I love Disney. So those are my two kind of places to just let it all go. And under the current times, it's like, I'm so happy. And that's why I started this whole process with Behind the Card. I want people to get to know people like you. I want people to get to know the people that are doing this. Who are your customers? Who are the people that are making these beautiful cards that you see on Instagram that you flip through, like. I think it's so much fun to get to know you and to get to know your process. And I already know that even though, I'm sure even in replay, we're going to get a lot of people that are going to definitely follow you. So if you haven't already, go to her Instagram. I'm going to pop it up here. Make sure that you go to it before we're done today. We've still got a little bit left, but I just want to make sure that you guys have her Instagram. Go and follow her. Waleska, you are amazing. And your Instagram, love it. I love it. Even I am completely inspired by what you've been doing. And, you said earlier, you're not sure what to do with your cards. There were a couple of people on here that said you should sell them, but I don't know, shipping costs,
Yeah.
probably expensive.
Yeah, it's not something that I can do. It's even really expensive for me to bring my own things.
Hmm.
And so send things is not something that I can do from here. So I'm thinking, like, every year we travel to the States. I don't think we're gonna do it this year though, but
Right.
maybe next year. I'm thinking that just gonna bring all my cards and just send them to someone that knows what to do with them. Give them in a hospital or something. I don't know. I just don't want to have them anymore, because I feel that I can make someone happy by receiving something handmade, and so I really want to give it to them.
Oh, Andrea, she's like, you are so wonderful. I am so blessed to be your friend. I love you and I admire your work.
Thank
Oh,
you. That's one of my good friends.
oh, that's so sweet. I love your family and friends are supporting you big time today.
Yeah.
Um, there were a lot of wonderful places you can donate cards to. I mean, the other option too is you could always find somebody in the States that could work with you to help you get them out, to help recover some of your costs. I mean, maybe there's a small stamp company or somebody who would work with you to list those two for you.
Mm.
Just
Yeah,
ideas.
I just want to give them, to someone
It's
that
nice.
really needs them. So
I love
I'll.
that.
Yeah.
I do love that. So, a couple of questions for you about your favorite Halloween. So you said you do a 30-day. So are you doing that this year?
Oh, hopefully. Yeah, last year I couldn't do it because I was sick.
Okay.
But this year I'm just planning on things, and I hope I have the time, and yeah, I'm all for it. I hope I can do this 31 cards for it's I share one card each day of October. So
Okay.
the 31st of October is my last card. I think I did it on 2008.
Okay.
I did it like the 31 days, and it was awesome. Like, people would love them, and even companies gave me some stamps to work with. So it was great. I love it.
That's awesome. I'm looking forward to it. I hope that you'll do it this year because I think that, especially the group in here, I mean, I know a couple of these people as well, and they are Halloween people as well. So that would be a lot of fun. So earlier you and I were talking and you told me that you went to a really fun convention that I'm super jealous that I have never gotten to go to. So could
Yeah.
you tell me a little bit about that experience and what it is? I'm sure a lot of people in here already know what I'm talking about. And you got to meet some people that are in this chat room too.
Yeah. So it was really fun. I never thought I was gonna do that, and it was funny because so I was sick
Hmm.
um last year, like really sick, and so I was completely disconnected of my Instagram and car making and all that, and then I started feeling better and all that, and then I applied to this design team for the Trinity stamps
Okay.
design team. And so I just applied and I just forgot about it. And then one day she wrote back and she's like, "Okay, congratulations, you got into the team and whatever." And I was like, "Oh yeah, that was my first design team after my surgery and all that crazy stuff." So I was just excited to be in the team. And then a couple of days later, she wrote us and she said, "So whoever wants to go to Creativation, I'm bringing like the entire team if they want to come." And I was like, just me going to Creativation. And so I never travel by myself, like never. And so we plan this trip to the States on December. And so Creativation is on January.
And
And
that's
so
this year that you
yeah,
just went? Okay, so just this
it's this
January.
year.
Okay.
And so my husband's like, "You should go." And I was like, "Should I go? Should I not go?" It was just, I don't know. And so one day I just woke up and I was like, I just want to do it. And I should do things that I want to do. And after having this scary thing that happened to me last year, I was like, I should do all the things I want to do. So
Mhm.
just go for it. And so I reached out to her and I was like, "Okay, I'm going." And so my husband and I started planning on things, and I bought the tickets and all that. And I fly by myself from Orlando to Utah. I was there with my brother for a week, and then I fly from Utah to Arizona. And I went there. I didn't know anybody from the team. I was new to everything. And so imagine me there, like like going insane when I saw all these amazing people. Like I was insane just by meeting Tim Holtz. Like
I remember seeing your post on that because you were just like, I remember the picture. You are just like grinning, like from
yeah, I was
you're
like,
like,
"Wow, he's amazing." Like seeing him creating like live is amazing. And I met some amazing people. I met Carrie. Carrie,
oh,
she's in
yep,
here. So, yeah.
she just popped in there too. So glad to meet you.
Yeah. I met Gary. I met some amazing people. It was an amazing opportunity to go there. I'm really grateful to Tanisa. Tanisa is the owner of Trinity Stamps.
Mhm.
She was the nicest. She booked us a house. I was there with some of my new friends because I met them there, and it was amazing. It was an amazing experience. I wanted to blog about it, but I just didn't have time because I
You were
really
taking it
wanted
all
to,
in.
yeah, and I wanted to share my experience with people because there are so many people that want to go. They don't know what to do, where to go, and so I really wanted to blog about it. So maybe sometime this year I would do it, but
Look
I
at you.
just
You're already building up your collection of things you've got to put out on video or short stories on Instagram.
yeah, and I have like a lot of pictures
Mhm.
because I was the crazy girl taking pictures with everybody.
Right.
I was like,
Quick,
picture,
quick.
picture with everybody. And everyone was so nice. Like even the companies.
Hmm.
I met some company owners too there. And it was an amazing experience. And I wish I could go every year, but I'm glad I went this year. I don't think I'm gonna go
Every year,
other
right?
yeah. But anybody that is planning on going, just go for it because it's a great experience. Great experience. You should
Well,
go.
it's been on my list for a long time, and then I feel like I blink and then it's already here. Almost every time I'm like, yes, I'm gonna go, and then I miss the registration. I'm like, so it's on my list. And I've owned my company for 15 years, so I've definitely wanted to go for a long time to kind of bring it there. But I mean, with everything going on, how great is that you got to experience it this year? So you have like at least a great vacation memory, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
to kind of hold on to this year. And could you talk me through like what kind of things did you do when you were there? Did you do a lot of like make and takes? Did you kind of mingle with people? I know you said you took a lot of pictures, but what were some
Mhm.
of your favorite highlights from that event?
Probably. Well, yeah. Well, it starts really early,
Hmm.
and then at probably 5 or 6, I guess.
In the morning?
No, it starts really
Oh,
early in the morning, like at 7,
I thought you said
and
like
then
5 or 6 in the morning. I'm like, oh my gosh,
well,
pardon
that,
me.
yeah, no. And we were lucky to find a place where we stayed, and it was really near from the convention center.
Hmm.
So, and I was there with 4 girls, and they had a car, so it was really great because it was really easy to come and go from there. And but you don't have time. Like you think, oh, it's really small. I'm gonna have time. And I was there for 3 days or 4 days. I don't remember. I think it was 3 days. But you're there. You do makes and takes. You meet people. And since I was with Trinity Stamps, she gave us these small packets that we should just give to people, so people can know about the company. And so, but between that, you meet like your favorite YouTubers, your favorite car makers, and you take pictures. And my favorite part was probably the makes and takes.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I mean, it's definitely, like I said, it's been on my list for a long time, and it's truly someplace I definitely want to go to. I mean, I don't know when they're going to have the next one, so I hope soon. Um, but obviously, we've got to get through everything going on now first. So, for
So
you,
Carrie's saying that she can help me
yep,
to with my cards. So I'm glad. I'm gonna do that. Totally. Thank you, Carrie.
yeah. So that's a great one, Carrie. So for anybody else on here as well, if you go to the scrapbook.com, they have a great program, the Cards for Kindness. So definitely go and take a look at it if you've got cards that you are interested in donating. Thank you, Carrie.
Oh,
Well,
Lauren is here. Hi, Lauren.
yep, I just saw her join in too. She was so glad to meet you. Um, you've been the most amazing and kind support ever since I started making cards. So that is so sweet, Lauren.
Thank you,
Aw.
Lauren. I love all you do.
I'm going to be really honest. I mean, from the first time I wrote you, you have been nothing but nice and such a wonderful person to get to know. And I have just had so much fun, like today when we've done our practice chats, getting to know you more. And I know that I have made a friend that I will definitely write more because
Thank you.
it's so different to see people on Instagram. And I know earlier you said, you know, for those of you on Instagram, just a small word of advice. We might not know who you are, but we know you by your picture. So if you change it, we might not know who you are again. So I love that you said that because there have been times when I've been like, oh, I'll just change my picture and not even thinking. And
Yeah, like I know these people by their face or by their logo, whatever. And then when they change it, I'm like, who is her? When she's writing me. So yeah, I had my same face card like forever, and I don't plan to change it because then I feel like people's not gonna know who I am.
well, and I definitely understand that one. So yeah, because I have been the same thing where all of a sudden I'll work with people and then I'll be like, wait, did I? Oh my God, they look so, or they'll change their hair color or they'll change something and then they'll put up a new picture.
Yeah.
So if you're working on social media, just be consistent with the way your imagery looks and keep it all the same. Try and get the same usernames if you can. Try and get, for me, Jessica Lynn Original, it's like, well, I did the best I could, but those weren't available for everything. But definitely watch your pictures just so people remember. Let me just go ahead and close this one. So what does card making look like for you next? We've only got just a couple more minutes today. I know this hour went so fast. If you can
Yeah,
believe it's
really
already,
fun. We should
yeah,
do it again.
we should. Well, we should anyway, just even not on YouTube. We'll just have to do this again. But what does card making look like for you in the future? And what are your goals and dreams for card making? Like, do you have, well, okay, let's start first. What does the future look like for card making? And who is your dream design team, or what is your dream design team besides Jessica Lynn Original, of course? But
Of course,
I'm
yeah.
just teasing you. But what is your future? What are you looking forward to? What are you looking forward to make? And who are you looking forward to working with?
Well, I look forward to continue sharing my work, my all my cards. Like, I love card making, and I don't see myself not doing cards for a long time. I see myself like creating, and I would love to create more, and be more on the other side of creating too. The
Design work?
product, yeah, the product design, and I'm excited to start working with this new company and design these dies. I'm looking forward to see what people's gonna do with my designs. Like, that's exciting to me to see people using the dies I created. So I'm really looking forward to that. I am I'm hoping to continue creating for more stamp companies. Um, and for sure, one of my dreams have been since the beginning to work for Lanfang.
Nice. That's
That's
a
one of
big
my
one.
dreams. That's one of my dreams. Like, even just guest design, I would just love to guest design for them. And that's one of my very favorite companies. And I love Lanfang because I've had some rough times last year, as I told you, and I just remember like creating with Lanfang and just being happy about it. So it's just really dear to me, this company, even though I haven't really worked with them. But I met the owner at Creativation, and she was the nicest. Like, in her videos, she's nice, just her voice, but in person, she's the nicest.
Love that.
So I would just love to even just guest design for them. That's just one of my dreams. But even if I don't do it, I'll just continue use their products. So just that's okay
Either
with
way,
me.
you'll be there supporting them.
Yeah. So just that, just continue creating, continue getting more friends, getting more people excited on car making, and doing more things like this. This was an amazing opportunity too. Like, I never thought I would do something like this in my entire life, because I don't really like cameras and things like this. But thanks to you, I'm here. So I
Aw,
think
you've done great. You've done great tonight. And I completely can support that feeling of, when you design something and then all of a sudden somebody takes your art, like the Dachshund card that you made. I sent you a set of our stamps and I thought, okay, well, we'll see what she does. And do you have that card still? You said you have him, right?
I have it.
Oh my God, I was floored. I can draw, but then to turn around and see, I mean, look at how adorable this is. Like, I love that. So I can completely understand your feeling of, I can't wait to see what other people do with your die cuts, because I feel the same when I design a set of stamps and all of a sudden, 5 or 6 people send me back the cards they make and they're nothing like I even imagined. Like, I
Yeah.
can go, oh, she's going to do this, 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 and this. And all of a sudden I get this off on the other side. And
Yeah.
I will tell you, the first time that somebody makes something with your die cuts, you are literally going to feel like a mom, because again, because all of a sudden you're like, oh, I worked so hard on that. Look at what they did. And it's very inspiring. And it's the reason that, I've continued to go for 15 years in this world of stamp making. And I know that you have a long future in card making because
Thank
number
you.
one, everybody that I've talked to has told me how nice and how sweet you are. People that I've told that you were going to be on here tonight, they said that you're sweet, that your cards are beautiful, that you're very inspiring. And
Thank you.
yeah, no, truthful, total truth. Every
Thank you.
person I
Thank you
talk
so
to.
much. Thank you so much. You're the nicest, really. I'm glad that I finally met you, and I'm glad that I say yes to your guest design opportunity. I love your cute stamps. I love your doggies and your cats, and I'm just grateful for being here and for being the first one.
Right.
being
You got to be the first
behind
one
the
to try
card.
this with me too.
Yeah, so thank you so much, Jessica.
Oh, you
You're
know what? Thank
amazing.
you. Thank you. This was, I cannot believe an hour is already on its way forward. I have no idea where our hour went. I
Yeah, I wish we
truly,
could have more time. I have so many more things to share, but
well, do you
next
want to,
time.
we got a few more minutes. Do you have one more thing you want to share quick?
Well, I was thinking on sharing like what inspires me.
I would love to know what
Um,
inspires you.
so so when I start thinking about this interview and what you were gonna ask me,
Hmm.
I started thinking about that. What really inspires me, and I just thought that everything inspired me. Like sometimes I would just go and see a big sign in the street with different scheme of colors, and I was just like, okay, that could be a car, that could be a scene or whatever. And then sometimes I'm reading a book with my kids,
Hmm.
and I see a scene with the little characters of the story, and I would thought of a stamp set that I can use to create that. Sometimes it's just watching a movie and I see something and I think of something. Just everything inspires me. So you can really get inspiration from everything. And of course, you can also get inspired by the people you follow, by Pinterest, by illustrations, but you can be inspired everywhere. So
I
just
love
many
that.
things.
Being
Many
open to
things.
it really is, I think, part of the process. Because for
Yeah.
me, card making is all about just kind of taking in the environment you're in. And I've done that too, where I've gone to see a movie and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I have a scene. I picture a card. And the problem
Mhm.
I have is probably different than other people just because I can draw. So I will go home and, like, there was one time my kids were obsessed for a while with Jurassic Park and Jurassic World. They still are. And they're little, they're 3 and 6. So it's like, I don't know if it's the right movies for them to watch, but they love them. And they were joking with me if I could draw a dinosaur. And I'm like, I don't know, I'll try. And so I drew this T-Rex, and then I made a whole card where he was popping out of the card. Now, it sounds beautiful and dramatic when I talk about it, but it was just a flat drawing. But it was a good drawing. But it wasn't as, layered up as some of the cards I've seen. Um, but same thing, I all of a sudden the smallest things can really inspire you to,
Yeah.
do something. And that's why I'm excited for your die cuts, because we know what the basics are that are out there. So I really can't wait to see what a creative mind
And I'm
who makes
trying to make
cards is
things
doing.
that are not like the
The
same
normal.
things that are already in the market. Like I'm trying to think of kind of like the same things, but in different ways. So it's not the same. So
Love
you
that.
can have different things on your stash. So yeah, it's exciting because I'm thinking of different things, not the same things. So you're not gonna get the same all things you get.
Did
They're
you
gonna
say
be
what company it's for, or are you not saying yet?
I haven't really talked to the owner
Okay.
about
No
Sane,
worries.
so
No worries. It'll be up on your blog though, right?
yeah, it's gonna be on my
Okay.
blog, on my Instagram. It's gonna be everywhere.
It's going to be everywhere. So all those down below, you can go and check out all of hers and she'll put it everywhere.
I put it
Well, in our
everywhere.
final couple of minutes, did you have anything else that you want to share? Or if anybody has any final questions before we head out? Oh, everybody's saying they can't wait to see them. Me
Yeah.
too. I love die cuts too. Even though I have a brother scan and cut and stuff, I still love the die cuts because they just get like, I love when they have like the little stitched edge because it just has that like, I don't know, it has like a different finish to the edge of a card where if you just cut it out and it's flat, you're like, okay, well, I could have cut it with scissors. Where I
And
always
let me
feel
tell you, it's not easy to make that little piece. It's not easy. Now that I am in this side, like creating the dice, it's not easy.
and now, see, now you have a whole different respect for that, you know, that
Yeah.
whole different process.
Yeah, I'll tell you, yeah.
All right. Well, before we go, oh, I'm sorry.
No, I was asking like if anybody has some questions.
They got quiet now. That's because we started talking about design work and they're all excited. They want to see some new die cuts and some new stamps.
So can I just say hi to my kids?
Oh, yeah.
I love you, Ian and Leah. I love you.
Oh, uh-oh. Here we go. Look at it. Starts already. You ready? Look at this one.
When am I going to start my YouTube channel?
Uh-oh. See, now the pressure's on.
Well, if you help me, I can do it. I can do it, but
I can teach you how to do it. It's pretty easy. It's not too bad.
So it's scary because I've heard some stories of people saying that you know it's hard to like upload them and then do the editing and it's time consuming too. So I'm scared about that.
It can be. I'm not going to lie. There are definitely times when I've had to edit more videos than not, or I've had to do more voiceovers than not, just because the kids run in and out. Or it's funny, like if you actually ever heard like some of the raw audio on some of my videos, oh my gosh, my kids are telling me weird stories that are not stories that you should share. And I've told my husband I kept some of the raw footage because it's kind of funny and to hear their little voices. Because my kids love to come and sit in there when I'm crafting, and they have these two little desks and they'll sit and they'll draw. And so it's kind of fun. But again, I have to voice over then everything because I can't, I wouldn't leave that raw.
I feel it's a lot of work. Like, not that I don't want to do it, but I feel it's a lot of work. So it's just one more thing to my crazy life already. So
he's just giving you pressure. It's okay. That's what YouTube does a little bit. But you know what? If you start on Instagram stories, I'll be really honest. I think you could probably get a lot of comfort there to start, just because it can really give you that, going in, and the only thing about that is you can't edit. I mean, you could, but for the most part, you can't edit. So it's kind of one shot and done, kind of like TikTok and all the others. So, I mean, it might be a great way for you to do like a quick 20 seconds of this, 20 seconds of that, and then work your way up to a YouTube. And of course, I'm here and I'll support you and I'll cheer you on any way I can help you with to get that moving forward. So,
yay. Well, after this, let me tell you, I'm feeling brave. So I might start doing something on Instagram. So thank you.
Hey, you know what? That's why we're all here, is to support and cheer each other on. I mean, we are really one community. And for me, I always try to just, whatever we can do to continue to focus on positivity. And, there's enough negativity and stress in this world already that, I would much rather focus on supporting these people and my friends and you and other card makers than trying to, like I've seen people where they'll go and make comments that aren't very nice or whatever. And it's like, come on, we just don't have time for that. Let's focus on the positive. Let's focus on doing something that makes us all happy. Life is entirely too short to waste any time. And, especially hearing your story of last year and then making the decision to go on an adventure of a lifetime that has really sort of 360'd you, in a whole different light. I mean, that's exciting. That's exciting.
Yeah. Like, I remember, like, when I was making the decision, like, I found this saying that it's almost, it's I don't really remember the words, but it was something like, if you have fear of doing something, do it in fear or with fear, whatever. Like, if you have fear of doing something, do it anyway. Just do it. And so that's what makes me make the decision. And I said, okay, I'm going. I don't care.
I'm going to design you a stamp. I'm going to design that stamp for you.
Yay!
Find me that quote and I'll make you a stamp that looks just like that. Because honestly, it's the reason that I'm here today. Because I needed to find a new way that I could, talk about cards and get me re-inspired. And with everything going on, it's been a lot of stress for me as well. And I'll be really honest, my day with you today, I feel like I need to go right over to that desk and start drawing today, because just having that same sort of passion and having this wonderful group of people in the chat with us today that have been super supportive, I just feel like, you know what, I also was in that same position where I went, this is what I want to do, but I'm afraid to do it. Will people respond well? You know what? We don't know unless we try.
Yeah.
And that's why Behind the Card is here today and going forward.
I'm grateful, I'm glad that I could help in a little way to you, and I'm excited for you too, to see what you come up with and new stamps, and I'm excited for you too. So thank you so much, Jessica. You helped me too today.
Aw. Well, you know what? That's why we're here. That's why we're doing this, right? So,
Yeah.
Waleska, I just have to say thank you so much for being my first guest. I'm really excited. I've had quite a few people reach out. Down below at the bottom of this YouTube video, if you're interested in being a guest on our show, I would love to interview you. Go ahead and fill out the form. And then basically it's just so I get to take a look at your vlog, Instagram, all that good stuff. So I can kind of get to know you beforehand. And then right now I've already got 12 people lined up.
Yay!
I honestly, I thought, maybe I'll get a couple people that'll want to join. And all of a sudden it was like, I threw it out there and people were like, we're in, let's do it. Let's talk cards. And I'm really excited. This hasn't been announced, so this will be first one here. Since she's in here and she's talking away, Carrie is going to be our guest next Saturday. So
yay for Carrie!
So Carrie, I'm super excited. I've also met her the same way I met you. I reached out because on Instagram, I randomly found her cards and I said, oh my gosh, she needs to make a card with one of my stamps. I don't know why, but she does too. And we started talking and she's a wonderful person. So I can't wait for you guys to get to know her better next week. So if you like what we're doing or you're interested, oh, we got some. Oh, that's Aunt, right?
Yeah, that's my aunt. Yeah.
Ah, and that's the thing, supporting each other. And in the world we live in, brave women, just keep moving forward. I live by that. I actually have a tattoo that says keep moving forward, because you can't regret the past. The only thing you can do is change the future and keep moving forward. And thank you so much that's sweet. I love that kind of stuff. But Carrie will be on with us next Saturday night. So same time, we're going to stick with the same time slot. So 8:00. Waleska, I thank you so much. I'm just going to do a couple quick closing things and then I'll let you say goodbye as well. But again, my name is Jessica Lynn Mold. I'm the owner and artist for JessicaLynnOriginal.com. So definitely take a look at our website. All my stamps are up there. We've got our adorable little Brentwood. So what I do want to do, something I teased a little bit on Instagram today, we're going to go ahead and give away a stamp set. Now this last year for me has been a very interesting one. And I'm working on finding that inspiration again. And like I said, I definitely feel like it's coming, because all of a sudden, even just to have this talk tonight has really kind of changed how I feel about things. So this is an older set that we've had for a little bit, but I'm going to go ahead and give it away. So down below, when this is over, it'll allow you to comment down in the chat, like down below where you can make comments on YouTube. So we're going to leave this open for the next 24 hours. So let me just show you. So it's
Halloween.
Of course I pulled Halloween because you kept talking about it. So I was like, I have to go pull a Halloween one. So this is our adorable little Brentwood. And it's his little Halloween. It's called Hocus Pocus. And you can see there's little pumpkins. And there he is in the little pumpkin patch. So if you want to go ahead and win this, I'll cover shipping. Go go ahead and down below, just comment, something that you liked about our behind the card today. So you'll have to watch it if you didn't watch it, right, to win. But go ahead, rewatch this back. And if you want to share something that you really inspired you or sort of made you think a little differently about card making, go ahead and do that. And then we'll pull a winner tomorrow at 8:00 p.m. So that'll be Sunday, the 26th. How is it already July 26th? It's crazy. It's crazy. My regular daytime job, I haven't been at since March 9th. I've still been working from home, but it's crazy to think how long I've been doing that now.
Yeah. Yeah, we were talking before, and we've been home, like inside our home, for more than 100 days.
It's crazy. And I know you said like on the weekends you can't leave your house either.
Yeah, on the weekends.
So they're just pushing you. They're just pushing you to make more cards.
Well, I wish, but since my kids and my family's here, I wish I could be here 24/7, but I have to remind myself that this is not my life, like just to be here inside my room. So
right. It's awesome. Well, let me toss up your links again. So again, guys, don't forget, go visit her out on Instagram. Now she might start doing some stories where she might do some videos out there too. Look at that pressure, right? Well, I mean, they wanted you to jump right into YouTube, so I figure baby steps, right? We'll get there.
Okay.
We'll get
there.
But again, her Instagram is amazing. If you just want to get a flavor for her cards and just kind of see what she has, so inspiring. I love your designs. I think, like I told you before, it's so much fun for me to see, something that I drew with pen and ink turned into these beautiful cards. You photograph them really well, so it's really easy to scroll through them. So definitely go and sign up and follow her on Instagram. You want to go follow her blog, because this fall you are going to find new and exciting die cuts in new ways, right? So exciting new ways. So, and definitely go and support her. She does amazing work. So I can only imagine that the die cuts are going to be just as equally amazing. And I cannot wait. And her last place is her Facebook. Do you just share a lot of the same Instagram stuff on Facebook, or?
Yeah, I try to, but I mostly share on Instagram. So if you want to see more, like I try to every week, and mostly every 2 or 3 days I share. I post. So if you want to follow me, go to Instagram. That's the best way to follow me.
So right there's her Instagram. Yeah. Go ahead, follow her on Instagram. Remember, there's no cost for that. There's no whatever. Just go follow her. And all of a sudden, her beautiful cards will start flooding your feed. You'll see them all the time. And then on Fridays, you'll see her tips of the week, which again, even for somebody like me who's been in the business for 15 years, there was stuff she did that I was like, oh, that's an interesting way to do that. I'll try that too. So worth it to go and follow her on Instagram. So
thank you. Yeah. I love new friends.
And you know what? There are some great people that, I have gotten to know through this industry, and I am so honored to be able to say that you are a new friend that I finally know. It's one thing to know you on Instagram, but it's another thing to truly know you now, being able to have our conversation. So thank you.
Yeah. For that. Yeah, I feel the same way. Like, it was so nice to finally meet Carrie, like in person. Like, I knew her through her cards and Instagram, but when I knew her in person, like, it was just so nice, and it was just different. So thank you for being here, Carrie. We love you, and I can't wait to see your episode next week.
I can't wait to have her on next week. And again, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Waleska, I'll have you just stay on for a minute so we can talk after we're done here real quick. But I just want to say thank you, everybody, for joining us on our very first episode. Again, we're still figuring out the format on this, so there might be a little bit of changes. But again, next week we are going to have Carrie with us, so be sure to come back next week. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. Nope, other way. Down below, over that way. that way, down to the bottom. There's a little red button. Just go ahead and click on subscribe if you haven't subscribed to our channel already. Don't forget to click the notification bells, because then we'll notify you every time a new video is coming. And then also don't forget to comment down below over the next 24 hours. Anybody that comments will be entered to win. And then we'll ship you out this adorable little Halloween set. There they are.
Comment.
Yeah. So don't forget to comment and share this out. And again, thank you so much for joining us on our first ever Behind the Card.
Thank you so much. Thank you to everyone that show up. Thank you to my husband. I love you. Thank you to my kids and my family, my mom and dad. I love you.
It's going to be fun. I'm excited. And thank you so much for being our first guest. I know it's always the toughest to go first, right?
No pressure. No, it was great. Thank you, Jessica. I really enjoy it. It was a fun thing to do on a Saturday night.
It was a good time. Well, guys, thank you so much. Stay on for just a minute so we can talk afterwards. But guys, have a great night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see you all again soon. Take care, guys.
Bye.